Well, hello, it's Pastor Clay and Ezra. Say hi, Ezra. Yeah, he's busy doing his own thing. Anyways, this is an informal video on how to do lighting. So, here at the church, we plug everything through number 37 here. And if you're like, I have no idea what number it is because you forgot, you can go to the computer where our other DMX line plugs in, and it's labeled 37 on it just to help confirm that. All right, and this is the confirmation I was telling you about. You come back here, 37. That's how you know what that goes to. This line goes to your downstage lights that are up above. That gives the lighting to the faces. So when you think about lighting and which way, like, hey, which cable goes in which side, how does this whole flow work? You just got to think where the signal's coming from and where it's going. So we're taking a signal from the computer and we're sending it into the lights. So you'll see here, it says DMX in. So that's going to be from whatever source, your computer source. It's going to go in to the light fixture, and that will allow you to send signal to it as to what you want the light to do. Now, as you can tell, there are many lights on stage, and we can plug them all together by doing something called daisy chain. That's why there's the other side here that says DMX out. So I send my DMX out, the signal goes out, and it's running to my next fixture there over on that side. So then it goes out, goes into in, and then you just follow the way the cables work. You keep sending the signal down the line until your last fixture. For this stage, the way that I have it set up, you will actually find the cable you need. Right now it's here, but in case it's not right there, it comes down from the ceiling here. Because what I did was I took what's plugged into 37. Number 1 starts up here at this light right here. So that's 1. So I have a line that runs up all the way over to 1. And it goes across the line here, over to here, through the numbers, all the way through. You can see this line coming up here, and it drops down through here. It's a black cable, which isn't helpful because all these cables are black, and it's plugged into right here to our DMX out. So when I do stage lighting on the ground, I need to remember that however I daisy chain it, it's going to start from this corner because that's where the cable is at. All right, now let's talk about how to send signal from the computer into. So I got it all plugged in, the power's on. Now I need the light to turn on and be able to receive signal from the computer. So the way you do that is you give each light what's known as a DMX address. There are 512 different numbers that any of these light fixtures could be, and just think of it as you're telling, hey, light number 2, I want you to turn red. So it'll send a signal through all of the lights, and whichever one is light number 2, it will receive that signal and will turn red because that's what you asked it to do. All right, now for setting the DMX address, on the back here, you'll see there's 4 buttons. There's mode, setup, up and down. For the most part, that's all you'll see. Some will have an enter button for you to confirm the address you want. But the way that we do DMX is we have to make sure we're on, perfect, thanks for turning off, D dot, which is DMX, and then I'm giving it a number. So out of these 3-digit numbers, this one is 65. All right, and the way I can change that is by pressing up or down. That's how I can change the DMX address. Now, something important to note is that you could have different channel modes, and that's where setup comes into play. I can have a 6-channel mode, I can have a 10, 12, all the way up to 36 for this specific fixture. All right, so you have to make sure whatever you program in the light key that it corresponds, it has the same channel number on the light. All right, and then once you're done with that, you can then go back to your DMX mode by pressing setup, and you're there. Now, you notice there's a mode button. What does that do? All right, well, there's all sorts of different mode. Color is the other one that you'll use with DMX sometimes. Color is quite literally, it turns on the light, full blast, and you pick what color you want it to be. All right, so we talked about confirming channels. So if I go up here to my manage fixtures, I can look at, say, this one. I could see, hey, it's in 3-channel mode, or I could do 7-channel mode. And then you got lights like this, where I could have 21 channels, 19, whatever channels. So just confirm on your fixture. So pick however many modes you want. And what the modes are is basically how many different things it can do. For the most part, your middle of the line programming or basic will get the job done. But if you wanted to do something crazy with the lights or have like lots of movement, then typically you'd want to probably either maximize or go somewhere close to 20, 36. Just pick a high number, because then that will allow you to do more with the lights. Now, on occasion, if you have something like this, it'll have what's called a dip switch selector. And the way that you do that is you just go online to a DMX dip switch calculator, and it will tell you how to do the dip switch in order to get a specific number.